The IRS is attacking the middle class, and you should be pissed. They're coming after you. The IRS has decided to go full force in going after the middle and lower class. The commissioner of the IRS has even come out publicly and stated it. Why? Because it's cheaper and easier than going after the wealthy class. The lower and middle class can't hire people to defend them on audits. The wealthy can. So let's leave them alone and let's go after the lower and middle class. To me, that is sickening, and it should be sickening to you too. You know, when they're sitting in that office or that room with that taxpayer not represented by somebody, they have no idea how to interpret the tax code, nor should they. And the auditor knows that, and they take full advantage of that. So now that we know you're a target, what can you do? Two things. Watch and like these videos. We're going to be pumping more content out there that is going to help you defend yourself in the event you are audited, but also we're going to teach you things so that you can make yourself much less of a target so you don't get audited in the first place. Very few people, if any, are going to come out and talk about the IRS audits the way that I am. I am not afraid of these people. I don't care if they make me a target. I don't want them to make you a target. I cannot tell you how many times I've walked into an audit. Literally, when we walk in the room, you see that auditor's face. They're like, oh, wow, game's over here. I cannot stand them taking advantage of the hardworking average person in America. That's what keeps the wheels spinning in this country, is the middle class, hardworking Americans. And they've decided we're going to take advantage of you more than anybody else. One of the things that they don't want is to be accountable. You know, number one, they don't want anybody sitting in front of them that knows the tax code like they know the tax code. And quite honestly, in most cases with our attorneys that we have here, we're going to know the tax code better than they know. There's two other things that make them nervous. It's not just being accountable to interpret the United States tax code and make sure that they're applying it correctly. If you appeal an audit, it goes to an appeals agent. If they reverse the decision that was made by the lower law auditor, that looks bad on them. And definitely then both are put on notice if you go to court and their decisions are reversed. So it gets them pretty nervous when they know that people are there, know how to appeal their decisions, and are willing to go to tax court. Their method is to take full advantage of every single taxpayer at the highest level they possibly can to generate the most money for the United States government as opposed to you. I had an auditor one time. He and I were sitting down to go over a case, and he just looked me square in the eye and he said, well, my job is to find revenue. Your job is to find expenses. I literally about fell out of my chair. I'm like, what did you just say? I thought both of our jobs was to make sure this tax return was prepared in accordance to the United States tax code. So what he's telling me is it's my job, him, the auditor, to find revenue, which means increase your tax liability. And my job as a tax lawyer is to find expenses to reduce the tax liability. Both of our jobs is to make sure the return is prepared in accordance with the IRS United States tax code. So, but that is what they are trained to do. They are trained to come after you and get as much money as they absolutely possibly can for the government, whether it's within the parameters of the law or it's not. You don't know the law. The lay people don't know the law. They shouldn't have to know the law. And the IRS knows that. So where are they spending all their resources? Middle and lower income. Why? Because number one, they know none of us know the law, the lay people, but they make the assumption, and it's accurate, that the wealthier taxpayers, the wealthier business owners are going to go hire people, attorneys, tax lawyers, CPAs, that can defend them because they do know the law. Guys, that's not a level playing field. That is not fair. And the IRS needs to be called out for that. It should be a level playing field. You shouldn't have to go hire a tax lawyer for an auditor to do a fair and equitable audit in accordance to the United States tax code. But unfortunately, guys, this is a situation we're living in. If you do find yourself in a situation where it's just out of your hands, it's too complicated, we're always here to help in any way, shape, or form that we possibly can. No one else is doing this. I'm going to do it for you. So make sure that you like and subscribe to our videos so that you can have these tools in your tool belt. Keep most of your tax dollars in your pocket instead of putting them in Uncle Sam's.